So foods of our childhood. I was exposed to psychoactive food as a child. So I was exposed to Tang at 9 months old. And then I had Cheerios. And then my teachers told me to have fruit break. And by the time I was hitting my late 40s, I was basically committing carbicide. I was getting pre-diabetic. I was getting sicker and fatter. And I could no longer out-exercise my diet. Carbs are my soulmate. I love carbs, they just don't love me. Now, the other real crazy thing about psychoactive food is that it's like a friend. You know, it's like something from my childhood that I loved. And sometimes as my life spiraled and got worse, I'm boarded in addiction medicine and family medicine, been helping people for 30 years. But I was powerless over my own carb use disorder because it was socially acceptable. It's like, well, what's wrong with stopping at a fast food restaurant? Oh, nothing. Everyone does it. You know, I wasn't drunk. I was functional. I was working like crazy. So I was allowed to basically kill myself in plain sight as an overweight physician, and people would be fine with it. But it wasn't okay. And it is about the food because the food is psychoactive, the food is processed. It's not a fair fight. And I think, why are the GLP-1s so popular? They are part of medication-assisted treatment for carbohydrate use disorder. People with alcohol use disorder, opiate use disorder, cocaine use disorder, we have compassion for them, and we realize that it's not about let's detox for a week off processed food and then lose weight and then go back to what we always ate. That's not possible. I don't diet anymore. I have a live it. I have a lifestyle. I have a lifestyle that is basically mimicking how my great-grandparents ate in the 1940s and 50s with their old recipes. People are amazed when I say, you know, I eat fatty foods. People will immediately tell me, well, I don't have any fat on my chicken and I don't have any fat. You know, fat was the demon of my medical education, and now it's the hero. Ancestral fats of our ancestors are what's healing me and what's healing my neurons. Chris Palmer has a lot of great work about the metabolic implications for mental health. And when you run your brain on the explosions of carbohydrates all day, you don't feel as good as when you run it on the fuel that was natural to our bodies, which was basically fat, protein, vegetables, and real food. And it's not that difficult. It's just like going back to what always worked. We replaced what always worked, which was based on biology of our ancestors, with what sounded good. And the government told us fat was the enemy. And as a child, I learned this. But my great-grandparents weren't children, and they didn't change how they ate, and they lived longer because they didn't listen to the doctors, and they didn't listen to the government. But I was a child learning this information. So things hit differently when you're a child, when you're a young adult, when you're an old person. And I'm 57. And I'm not going to, that was a big problem for me with my weight because I thought, well, I know everything. You know, I'm a doctor and I've been to dietitian classes and no, I didn't know what my great-grandparents knew about food. They had a clarity, and people in Europe, people in Japan have a clarity about food because they haven't been gaslit by the food pyramid. So anyway, be gentle with yourself. We're children, and it's like a mourning process. When I thought, this means I have to give up my stopping at a fast food restaurant. I love fast food. I still love fast food. It just doesn't love me. It's like a bad friend that you can have in your life to very limited amounts, but I can't. I have to cut out toxic food, toxic people in my life. So again, I'm Dr. Sarita. Question everything behind weight loss. Hope to see you in the next video.